Hey, welcome to Sneaker 101. It's been a while, and today I'd like to take you guys through various sneaker terminologies. I know you guys have probably heard, most of them you probably don't know. I bet most of them you definitely know as well. Um, I'm pretty sure you've gone shopping to buy sneakers, and you probably saw these two acronyms there, SP, or maybe a QS, a GS, a PS, an SP. Yeah, there's so many of them. But then the question is, do you know what they even mean, or you're just buying for buying sake? Yeah. So today in this video, I'm going to explain some of these things to you. So first of all, what is a sneaker terminology? So a sneaker terminology basically just a slang or probably a term we use in the whole sneaker world, and these can vary across different companies and what they mean. And so today, the first one I'm going to take is a PE. So you've probably gone on StockX, Goats, or many websites trying to buy a sneaker, and you see maybe probably it has a name or an abbreviation PE attached to it. What does it mean? Well, all right. So PE basically means Players Edition or Players Exclusive. It's very simple. What this means is Nike or the company made this for a particular player or a particular athlete or whoever it may be, but it should be an athlete or a player. Yeah. So what it means, when you see these kind of shoes, they are very rare. You rarely see them, and they are custom made for them specifically. So PE attached to a sneaker name is just Player Exclusive or Players Edition. The next one you're going to see is probably an SP. An SP means special project. Special project means it's probably a project that's been embarked on by Nikes, Adidas, or any other company, and they usually come with specific materials, different styles, or something unique. You know, yeah. The next one I'd like to talk about is QS, Quick Strike. I know with this one, you've probably seen it several times when buying sneakers. And what Quick Strike means is it's a very short release with limited quantities. So like I was saying, QS is Quick Strike, and what Quick Strike means is it's a limited release, which means as a sneakerhead, if you see QS attached to any sneaker you really want to buy, you need to think and act very fast. If you really want it, it means you need to go for it. Talking about QS, there's also an HS, which is more like hype, which means hyper strike. Hyper strike is it's more rare and scarcer than the quick strike, which means if your quick strike is 1,000 units, hyper strike is probably like 500 units, which means it's equally important to just act quickly if you want them. Next one on the list is a GS. Now I had a friend who went online to go buy sneakers. He popped up online. He calls me, he's like, yo, Cubby, the sneaker you were talking about really is not that expensive like I thought, because but then the only problem is I can't find my size in there. I was like, yo, take a quick screenshot and send it to me. He did, and I realized it was a GS. Grade school. That's kid sizes. Grade school. Just the name suggesting it. Kid sizes. So basically kid sizes are more like just for kids, like the name says, just for kids. So you probably go there, you don't find the size in there. If you find the size, it'll probably be cheaper than the mainstream or the men's sizes. Yes, grade school. It's called. It's very cheap to buy. Talking about grade school, we also have TD. TD is for toddler. So just like the name suggests, it's also for toddlers, so for babies and baby sizes. So just don't get confused with them when you see them. Now, a very popular one I know most of you know is SB. SB is skating board or skateboard. Yeah, basically that's what it means. So it means if you see a sneaker that has SB attached to it, it means it's meant for skaters, or the shoe has been solely created for skaters or for skating. And yeah, and those ones most people usually go like, yeah, we like it, and it's better quality, premium quality, it's more protective, and yeah, all kinds of stuff. And one thing I've really come to notice is mostly SBs usually have thicker tanks. They usually have thicker tanks, which means the tanks are very thick and padded and protective for the skater, the average skater. Now, bread. What does bread mean? So when you see a sneaker, I know you've heard of the Jordan 4 breads, Chicago breads. What does bread in itself mean? Bread is just a short acronym for black and red. Bread, just black and red. So mostly these sneakers you usually see have this colorway, which usually either has a dominant red in it or a dominant black, but usually it's a combination of the colors red and black in there. Yes, so when you see bread, you should know it's a sneaker that has a combination of black and red. Red can be dominant or black can be dominant, but one thing I know for sure is it's always a bread. Now, these are a few very good mentions I would like to make. You see BNIB, you go to buy a sneaker, you go online, you go to eBay, and you see BNIB. What does it mean? It means brand new in box. Brand new in box means it's a whole new sneaker. See a rubber. It's fresh. It can be fresh from store or wherever it is, but then you should know it's brand new and it's not being used. Yes. And we also have TTS. TTS means true to size, which means if you're size 11, you don't need to go up, you don't need to go down. TTS means true to size. Size 11 is a size 11. Yes, that's what it means. One great mention to also talk about is dead stock. That is DS. DS. Dead stock. Dead stock basically means it's out of stores. You can't get it in a store anymore. You go to the shop, you're not going to get to buy it. It's out of stock. Yes, however, someone probably purchased it and wants to sell it. It's out of season and someone wants to just sell it back to you at a reseller's price. I was telling my friend the other day, DS is usually, for me, I call it the reseller's choice. I mean, that's what most resellers want, is a dead stock. Yeah. Yes, also one important one I'd like to touch on is the OG. OG means original. So, you know, Nike first came out very early and it probably made a lot of colorways in there. Now, most of these colorways are called OGs because they are the original colorways of the shoe. So, you know, they usually come with retros, which is more like a remade one, but then maybe probably similar to the OG. So when you see Nike releasing an OG sneaker, what it means is it's just the original colorway, probably the original style, the original silhouette they made with. So it doesn't mean it's a new, there are new things attached to it. No, it's basically the original version of that shoe that has been remade. Now, one last one I'd like to touch on about Nike, or terminologies in Nike, is ACG. ACG has a meaning. It means all conditions gear. So ACG means it's a sneaker that is meant for people who are adventurous and like to use different terrains, which means when you're on a different terrain, it means it can be a wet terrain like muddy one, climbing, steep climbing, wherever it is. It's not like the average sneaker. They are usually like boots, but more like fancy boots, you know what I mean? Yeah, and it was introduced in 1991, if I'm not wrong. Yes, 1991, yeah. Alright, I'm going to mention a few ones on Adidas. Now you see SPLY. What does it mean? It's basically supply. So Yeezy, when you see a Yeezy sneaker that has SPLY, they ask you, what does SPLY mean? It means supply. You'll probably see RNNR, basically runner. That's what it means. Adidas usually have their terminologies being quite simple and very quick to, you know, brainstorm and know. You can just guess it out just looking at the abbreviation. Alright, thank you and wait for my next video. Like, you can comment, and you should just subscribe. See you.